Alabama. I work at a small used car lot just to get out of the house.
I discovered this whole community of traders in the trade room, which, you know, I was sitting in front of my computer at home all by myself, and now all of a sudden here is this community out there, which I found very generous. Everybody was so supportive and welcoming. It just really blew me away.
What makes us so different than other schools is that we're just not your typical school that's just going to teach you how to trade. We're going to go out there and be part of a family, be part of a team. We're looking for traders that we could trade together.
My name is Josh Levitin. I'm from Bethpage, New York, and I'm the senior instructor here at Cybertradingu University. What makes our on-site class so great, aside from the networking aspect of it all, just having our students meet each other for the first time, is the fact that myself and Fausto are very hands-on with our students in the sense of just being able to literally overlook their shoulder and watch their trade, what they're focused on from their platform.
Some news came out and the thing just popped.
While I can comment on what they should focus on online, they might not be able to understand that as well compared to having us right there in front of them.
I kind of like the idea of not being in front of a computer 8 hours a day, because I can't do that. So I kind of like the idea of doing it in the morning and then going to do all the other stuff I need to do.
Everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner. Yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
When I spoke to Fausto on the phone and he interviewed me, the thing he said the hardest thing for me to do would be to unlearn the things that I previously learned. And it turns out that's 100% true. And the stuff that I'm learning from him and from Josh and everybody has really made all the difference in the world in understanding what a day trader is and how it actually works.
Fausto and the staff at CTU University, they're really on top of everything. They give you good trade choices, and they keep you alert onto whatever's happening in the market at the time for the day.
Right, so we made a profit. What did I just say earlier? Just take the money and run, because guess what? If you didn't take it, how would you be doing right now? Now you're losing money. You're just trying to make that day's pay. That's all you're looking to do. You got it, you made it. Listen, for every stock that kept on going, for everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner.
I don't think you're going to find a better support team in the stock trading business anywhere. That's why I'm here at the platinum level.
You know, a lot of people want to go out there and trade and don't know if it's for them or not. And guess what? That's okay, because it's not. And the thing you have to look at is you have to find a mentor, you have to find a school, you have to sample a couple of things with a couple of schools out there, do a couple of classes, and you make the choice. But don't make the biggest mistake that people make. Go out there and be part of 90%, maybe even higher, of the failure rate in today's industry, because people want to try it before they learn. I mean, would you ever want someone to work on your loved ones that never went to med school? Or how about just giving them finance money to some financial planner that never learned finance? We are no different, but you are on the right path. The right path is you should be doing it on your own. And by doing it on your own, you need a mentor to show you how to do it. And that's what you're going to get here at Cybertradingu University.
All right, welcome cyber traders and traders all over the world. Could I get a little chat back if you could hear me loud and clear? Just want to see if everybody can hear loud and clear, please. All right, Renzo, good to see you all. All right, good. Let's get the webcam up and running. All right, hopefully everybody can see me okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Cybertradingu University, everyone. This is our open house, and I am here to introduce you a little bit about what's going on in today's markets. I know we have a lot of people freaking out today of actually the past week, what's going on with Reddit, seeing what's happening with GameStop, we're seeing what's happening with AMC, seeing what's happening with Workhorse. I mean, should I keep going on? Naked, Nokia, list goes on and on and on and on. Well, I'm here to kind of put the facts down, and I want here to introduce everybody here that wants to learn or is freaking out or think they missed the run up or whatever it is. I'm going to show you how to beat these market makers, what they do, how they play the game. And just maybe at the end of this presentation, if I make a light bulb come in, you're going to come out and says, you know what? I want you to see me show it to you. Show me live, Fausto, you and all your instructors and all your traders in the trading room. Because what I'm looking for today is I'm looking for a team of traders that have the passion, that are sick and tired of getting ripped off and want to take matters in their own hands, but just don't know how to play the game, or maybe you got burnt, or you made a lot of money doing what's happening, but you want to know if this is the first or last time it's going to happen. And that's the beauty of it. So I decided to change today's topic, and I called it David versus Goliath, which is Reddit against Wall Street. Now, which I thought was a pretty cool topic. Now, I do a bunch of videos on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, get our alerts. I'm live every morning at 9 a.m. On YouTube and Facebook Live. But then also, there you go. We just clicked it there. Just click on that link, everybody, right there. Just subscribe while we're at right now and just get out of the way. And let me tell you, what you're about to learn right now, it's going to be very disturbing. You're actually going to be really ticked off that what's happening in today's market. And like, you're going to realize, like, first of all, who really trained me? And secondly, maybe that guy that did train you really know what he's talking about. You know how I know that is this. I've been doing this for 25 years. A lot of you here know me very well. You probably see me do a lot of presentations. I'm a regular guest speaker at NASDAQ. Basically talking about what I'm going to teach you today, which is level 3 and level 4. Okay. Some of you want to know how these stocks go up as fast as they do. Why did they go down as quickly as they are? How do I know where to get in? How do I know where to get out? And I'm going to show it to you. Gene says GMC is crazy. It raised again to 314. And why is that? Why did it go down? Why did it go down? I'm going to show it to you how the game is being played. Because some of you are freaking out and like, oh my God, the thing just tanked and it went right up and tanked. I'm going to talk about it. But let me just give you a little introductory about who we are, so you know exactly, you're not dealing with some BS someone on the internet. Because let me tell you, there is a lot of BS out there of people that are just trying to sell you training courses, just trying to make you follow them, just like hear themselves speak. But you know what? I'm a little bit different. I live here in New York. I was trained by the best traders in the world. And let me tell you, by living here in New York and living in the area where I live in, I am disgusted how Wall Street has been ripping you guys off for years. Okay. These people, I don't know if you guys ever watch TV. You ever heard of the Hamptons? Anybody heard of the Hamptons out here in Long Island? That's where I live. These people have houses. They rent houses for $1 million a month. They own homes for $200, $300 million out there. Some of the most expensive homes in the world. Okay. And all they're doing is just hitting buttons. And they're using your money to do it. And then when you lose money, guess what? They still get their bonuses. All right. It's time to stop getting ripped off, and it's time to start taking matters in your own hands. But to do that, you got to know how to play the game. You got to know exactly what they're doing. You got to have the right technology, the right brokerage account. Okay. And you got to have the right mentor. And most importantly, you got to surround yourself with a good team. So what I'm going to talk about, guys, is I'm going to teach you basically how to find the best stocks to move, which ones are going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward, how to follow the smart money by just understanding 2 words, supply and demand. That's it. That's all you need to know. Not some stupid Fibonacci, not some dumb MACD, not some SMA or RSI or Bollinger Band or whatever somebody's coming with the next best slice bread indicator out there. It's all about following the money. And that's where a lot of people are making their mistake. So I'm also going to talk about time and sales and everything. So I'm going to hopefully not blow up your mind within the next 45 minutes, but let me tell you something. What you're about to see, you're going to be like, you know what? Screw COVID. Okay. Forget about going back to your own work. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to play the stocks that you hear about on TV now, because I've been saying this for the past 25 years. And now hopefully a lot of you are starting to realize it. So before I do that though, I'm going to do a little poll question. I wanted to get to know a little about you. All right. So let me just pop a little poll right here. And my question to everybody is this. Could you tell me, what kind of trader are you? Are you a stock trader, option trader, futures, Forex? Want to know what kind of trader you all are. All right. I'm going to share this with everyone so everybody knows where they stand. Now, as you guys are filling this out, I'm an actual stock trader, but more importantly, I am one of the original SOS bandits of the early 90s, which are called AK day traders. So if you want to know who started it, I was actually one of them. When I started, it was about 500, 1,000 of us. Now there are people all over the world doing it. So the big thing you have to ask yourself is, who really trained you? All right. Everybody wants to jump on Robinhood. Everybody wants to jump on TD Ameritrade. Meanwhile, they shut you down yesterday, for crying out loud. Charles Schwab. Now I'm getting alerts that the brokerage firms are trying to cancel you out, that you can't trade this stock, that stock. Let me tell you something. It's enough's enough. All right. Wall Street's been ripping you guys off forever. The problem is you got to know how to play fire with fire. You don't got to beat them. You just got to join them. Okay. I get ripped apart all the time when I do presentations. I've gone up against market makers. I've gone up against analysts. And let me tell you something. They despise me because I tell and expose what they do that you're not doing, because they don't want you to know what they're doing. They don't want you to know how they place these orders. They don't want you to know their little secret. Okay. And let me tell you, how I learned? The hard way. The hard way is because I went out there and I try to do it as a 22-year-old, ignorant kid back then. And I says, you know what? I'll order a Daytech account. Okay. And I'll try to do it myself. And guess what? I blew up many of those accounts. All right. Then I got smart and I said, you know what? Why is my neighbor's son driving a Ferrari and I'm driving a Ford Pinto? Okay. What is he doing that I'm not doing right? And I know what it was. He's working for somebody. And let me tell you, when I got part of that little, private club, I could not believe and could say, how could anybody be so stupid to even try to trade without even using their tools? And I'm going to share those with you. So before we learn, everyone, just understand, these people that you look in this photo, I got two families. I got my everyday family and I got my second family right here, which are my traders. I want you to look very clearly at these people. They are just like you. There are engineers, teachers, doctors, grandmas and grandpas, border control people. What else? I got car salesmen, real estate, pharmaceutical sales guy. And these people are you. All right. And they've learned the hard way. And they says, you know what? It's time for me to actually take matters in my own hands. So how do we all do this? You hear about fake orders. You hear about people going out there and doing spoofing and you do all this stupid stuff. Listen, you just got to know how to play the game. That's it. It's not complicated. Okay. I did a great video on GameStop. Go to our YouTube channel. Go review them. I'm telling you, you're going to fall off your chair. Now, let's go to the live markets and show you what I'm talking about. What will be the next GameStop, right? Everyone's thinking is it too late? I mean, GameStop is what now? Up 268, just dropped. Oh, that was up for the month watching TV. So how do we know the next GameStop? Is it, well, guess what? What about what's going on with politics? We got a new president, new agenda, right? Workhorse, pot stocks, cryptocurrency stocks, which are blockchain. Listen, this is not the end. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot more that's going to be happening. Okay. The thing you got to know is how to follow the brokerage firms, how to follow the institutional investors, and how to follow the insiders. Sounds simple enough. It sounds too good to be true. Guess what? It's not. All right. Now, my question is this to all of you. Does anybody actually, I'm going to do a poll. By the way, let me share that poll. You see everybody? Looks like we got a lot of stock traders in here, which is awesome. All right. So I want to do one more poll. I want to ask another poll. Do you guys have level 3? Anybody here have level 3 quotes? By the way, it's a poll. What is level 3, JP? We're going to get to that. And I'm also, which I haven't done here in a long time, I'm going to show you level 4 quotes. And if you think level 3 quotes are, wait till you see what level 4 is. All right. So we got, now I know we have some students in here. Some of my traders are in here. Please, don't answer this question because I want to really get a really good statistic of how many people are here that don't know what that is. Well, as you're thinking about this, what that is, let me ask you something. If I was able to tell you right now, right at this moment, that I could show you where 70 to 80% of where all the buyers are, which, by the way, how many shares you're trading? 100,000? I don't know. But if I could show you where the 20,000s, the 300,000s, the 500,000 share buyers and sellers are, what is that worth to you? What is that worth for, to help your trading? Everything. Thousands. Priceless. Anybody else? It'll help my trading. Steve says a lot. I mean, we're getting people getting the ridiculous. Listen, I'm not kidding around. If you watch at the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you the live feed, a video as you guys are registering to join my trading room. I'm going to show you on NASDAQ. NASDAQ actually, and by the way, they don't need me, okay? But I've been on NASDAQ several times talking about something they want you to know, which is NASDAQ Total View, all right? So let me just show you where on our website. And let me just bring up Google. Hold on one second. ctu.co. We're going to play this video really quick for you. And I'm going to bring this up really quick. So right here, we're going to play this NASDAQ Total View for beginners. And this is actually a pretty cool video because as you guys are registering for my trial at the end, joining my room, this actually was one of the last times that they were doing any events at the NASDAQ Center on New York Stock, right in Times Square. And this was during the pandemic of COVID when we had the big crash. So you're definitely you're going to really enjoy that one. But anyway, what is NASDAQ Total View? Okay, well, basically, it's going to show you where all the buyers and sellers are. When I started this data at 22 years old, I had to pay $1,000 a month for it. Now, I know right away people are not running out of the, jumping out of hoops right now and looking to sign up and pay $1,000 a month. But over the years, it dropped down to about $15 a month. All right. And I'm going to show you how to use it. So please do not buy it. Do not do a search on it. Don't do anything. Let me show you my trading room first because it will actually do more harm than good for you. Okay. It's not going to cost, it's not going to hurt you for me to show somebody who actually developed the platform. Now, I know a lot of people here. Is anyone here at level 2? Before I talk about level 3, anybody have level 2 quotes? It's funny, you got a lot of yeses. Okay, so if you got level 2, you're basically wasting your time. This thing's been outdated since the 90s, all right? Let me get my little pointer out here so you guys could follow along. Okay, guys, gonna see my little dot here. All right, so basically what you're looking at is you're just seeing, an exchange like NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, Archipelago. These are all called ECNs, which, once again, I'm not here to teach you the history of it and what they are. You could, when you come to my trading room, we have a section. I'm going to show you a couple of videos what it is. But you're basically seeing what the stock is trading on that exchange. Like, for example, NASDAQ wants to buy AAL at 1662. And they're looking to sell it here at 1663 for 1,700 shares. The problem with that is this. You can't see all the buyers and all the sellers. You're only seeing the best buyer and the best seller. That's all you're seeing. How does that help you? Like level 1, right? Like you're watching the financial stations, whatever, like, GameStop is trading at 350. Okay, let me ask you something. Who's buying at 350? And how many shares are out there at 350? Does anybody know? Does anybody know why it's trading at this price? Does anybody know who's buying it? Does anybody know how many shares are out there that are pushing it up? No. You see how blind you are? That just shows you like, crap. If I knew that, then maybe I could have jumped on the bandwagon. You think this is just somebody's just throwing stupid numbers out there and making it up? You're not following the buyers and sellers. So let's talk about NASDAQ total view. Now, this is only one view that are out there. So I'm not going to teach you all of them. You're going to have to come to my trading room. I'm going to show it to you live in the market because I only have a certain amount of time to get through this. Now, fasten your seat belts and get ready for this. Listen to me very carefully because what you're about to hear is going to be the most disturbing thing that you ever heard because you're going to wish you knew this before you ever made your first trade. You are going to see all the buyers and all the sellers around the world. Okay? When you buy something, you have to buy it from a seller. And then when you sell something, you have to sell it to a seller. Now, wouldn't it be nice to know who's buying it, who's selling it, how many shares are out there that someone's wanting to buy, and how many shares are looking to someone to sell? So right here, we have, let me draw some lines here. So right here, you got 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So right here, let's start with number 1. Number 1 is showing you how many orders are out there. And the orders make up that amount of shares, which is column 2. And column 3 is telling you at what price. So what you're seeing is you're seeing the bids and you're seeing the offers, meaning bid of buyers, ask as sellers. You're getting to see all the buyers at every single price that want to buy DraftKings. Now, what happens, a lot of people look at this are like, it's a lot of numbers. First of all, who would buy like 400 shares of stock? Like, it makes absolutely no sense, right? But what I'm about to show you is you want to know where the big block orders are, which what we call here at Cyber Trading University, the big iceberg orders. You want to follow the iceberg orders. You want to know where they are, where they're buying it, and where they're selling it. But just keep in mind, what you're looking at right here is the raw data of all the buyers and all the sellers. Now, let me clear all drawings and let me move on. Now, how do we utilize this data? Okay, that is the next question. So, does everyone here know how to read a chart? Everybody here know how to read a chart? Okay, good. Because you know what? That was the last thing I was taught. You never learn how to read a chart. The chart is the past. You need to learn the future, right? So, but we're gonna work on something here. We're looking at IQ. Okay. Now, if you look at IQ, the stock right here at the open went from $24.20 and it shot all the way down and it stopped right past around 11 o'clock. It stopped at a price of $23. And then it went back up, came back down to 23, and it went right back up to about 23.50. What you're viewing here is why did it stop at 23? Why did it go to 21? Why didn't it stop at 23.50? Why 23? Can anybody answer that question? Why 23? What made 23 the magic number that it stopped? Buyers started buying, Tony. Blessing said point of control. No, wrong answer. Jeff says resistance. Wrong answer. Okay. Patrick says it's support. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. You know, I'm going to ask everybody a very important question. And if you can't answer this question, don't mind me be very brash. You should quit trading right now. How do stocks go up and down in the market? Can anybody answer that question? Everybody, if you can't answer this question, I'm warning you right now, you should log out and you should give it to Wall Street, let you trade your money for you. Okay? You all should be able to answer this dumb question. Exactly. Buyers and sellers. supply and demand. If you said those two words, okay, congratulations, you just passed kindergarten in trading, okay? Now, wouldn't it be nice to know where the buyers and sellers are? Okay? The problem is a chart doesn't tell you that. If you said support and resistance, you failed. Supports and resistance levels get broken all the time. You can't have a support level if you don't have buyers. You can't have a resistance levels unless you have sellers. So what is a support and resistance level? It's worthless. Unless you can look at the data, then you'll know. So we're looking at IQ here. And if you notice, right down here at the bottom, where this arrow is pointing, right here, there's 77 different orders out there at $23. And there's 96,000 shares looking to be bought at $23. Now, let me ask you something. Who do you think is going to make more of a support level? The 90 share guy of 3 people? The 25 share buyer? 2,000. Or the 96,000 share buyer? I mean, it's like almost like common sense, right? It's like 96,000. Congratulations, you graduated the 2nd grade. Okay? If you know how to add, you figured it out. And now, once again, please don't take it insulting. I just hate seeing, and what I've been reading in the last couple of days regarding what's happening in the market and how much people are, getting manipulated, getting crushed, getting ripped off. Enough's enough. You do it right or don't do it at all. Okay? I know there are people out there that have more followers than me and whatever it is. Some of them are great marketers. Maybe I'm not. But let me tell you something. I don't care. All I care about is that I could give my family a better life, could pay for my kids' school, go on vacation when I want to, and not worrying about a $1,400 stimulus check. That's what it's all about. Do we always buy here at 23 at support and wait until it goes through in short? Ron, we didn't get there yet, but that's a great question. All right. Just follow along, Ron, and everybody else that's here. Okay. I just want you to understand, for you to have a support level, you need buyers. For you to have a resistance level, you need sellers. Okay. So here you have a stock, and it goes all the way up to a price of $50, right? Stops at 50. The chart didn't tell me it was going to stop at 50. Oh, but it's got 7 candles, 3 greens, and 4 reds. I don't understand what these people talk about. The soldiers, the thickness, the wick, the head, the shoulder, the teacup, the Halley's Comet crossed with the moon. The people make up these crazy, stupid lines. I don't even know what's going on. All I know is that that's a resistance level. How do I know it's a resistance level? For one simple reason. All right. It's because when you look down here, I got these arrows wrong, but right here, you see that buyer right there? I'm looking on the sell side. I'm sorry. A sell is made by a resistance. And when I work my way down, I got a 210,000 share seller sitting there at 50.20. You think I'm going to go out there and want to buy a stock at $49.97? You think, or sell it? I'm going to, listen, that's where the seller is. It's as simple as that. No if, and, buts, question die here. That is the seller. Not 50, not at 53, not 58, but there's the big iceberg order sitting smack in the middle of your face. And there's also that big seller right there at 50 for 294,000 shares. 294,000. And then you got another one too. No wonder it was a big resistance. And the reason why I did that, I said 220 because it did go just a little bit past there. The guy probably updated his quote and probably had more shares to sell, which we're going to teach you that in the trading room. Okay. Gulf says, is VWAP directly related to level 3? Listen, they're all related. You ever watch CNBC? Okay. It's a ghost town, right? But that's where all the top traders are, right? If you had an opportunity to go talk to them and learn from them, why you can't? You can't, because you got to have a seat in the exchange. But, oops, sorry about that. So what do? We look where the resistance levels are, basically. And you look at their screens. What do they got? They're looking at numbers. That's all they're looking at, numbers. That's all they're looking at. Numbers, numbers, and numbers. And guess what? That's what you're looking at right here. So, how much time we got? Wow, we're already 30 minutes in. All right. So let's talk about American Airlines. Okay. American Airlines had a huge run up this morning. That was the next Reddit that they were talking about it. Which, by the way, I got to thank, I said this morning, my morning meeting, I got to thank my cat, Chloe. My cat, Chloe, harassed me this morning, waking my ass up. She wanted me to feed her. She started around 4:30 this morning. I kept throwing her off. And then finally I says, all right, enough already. So finally, before I got up, I always look at my phone and look at the news, what's going on in the financials, especially what's happened lately. So what I end up doing, I see that, the next new, whatchamacallit, the next big stock on Reddit, which is GameStop, is right here. And what they talked about, American Airlines. What happened to American Airlines? Boom, the thing just took off. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So, American Airlines, what happened? The stock kept getting bidded. 98,000 shares. Just kept bidding it up. They kept bidding it up. Okay? And if you look what happened here, look what happened. Stock hits support levels. You think it's going lower, but when it keeps hitting those buyers, boom, the thing goes from 28.50 all the way to 29. Now, resistance levels. Uber. I have a question for everybody. Let's talk about resistance. Where do you think resistance level is on Uber? Let's see if you guys can answer this question. Where do you think resistance is on levels on Uber? If you don't know this answer, just give me a question mark. Well, you know what? Look how quick you guys answered that question. Did you need a chart? Did you need a newsletter? Did you need to watch TV? Did you need to look at some indicator? No, you went right to the data and you said, you know what? Between 51.40 and 51.50. You think 200 shares scare me? You think I'm going to say, oh, that's resistance? You know what? I was watching Kramer yesterday and he told me Uber's resistance at, $51.22. No, doesn't matter what they say. It's what that big order is. Look at all those sellers out there. There's sellers at every single price. These are people all over the world. You're looking at the raw data. Ask yourself a question. How much better and smarter decisions if you were able to know where those 219,000 share sellers are and the 63,000 share sellers are? Think about it. How many of you guys here are using this data right now? How many? I wish. No. Nope. A lot of you saying no. Every day with CTU, Wayne, of course. I wish I had. But listen, and everybody else, do you like trading? Do you guys like trading? I mean, honestly, do you like trading? Do you think people make a career in trading? Okay? Because if you don't say yes, you should quit right now. But the only reason why you're probably here is you're like, there's got to be another way. There's got to be a reason why this stuff is happening. Absolutely. I love that. Love it. That's even better. Well, you guess what? When you lose money, it's part of the game. Doesn't mean you're going to quit. What it does do, it pisses you off and says, why did I lose money? What did I do wrong? And I'm telling you, he did wrong. You didn't follow the money. That's it. Follow the money. Now, what does Uber look like it's doing right here? Is the stock going up or down? Stock going up or down? It's going up, right? But when we look back from 11 o'clock up until about 2 o'clock, for some reason, coincidental, never wanted to go past 51.40. What was the reason? I'll tell you what the reason is. You got to deal with those big sellers out there. Alex, it didn't, I don't like to use the word resistance because resistance is a hypothetical. Okay. The correct answer is it hit a big seller. You got to start thinking not resistance levels, because to me, when I hear resistance and supports, I think of the amateur swing traders, the indicator guys. Okay. When you want to learn how to actively trade, because remember, what makes a support and resistance is buyers and sellers. It didn't hit a resistance. It hit a seller. That's the correct answer you should be saying. Now, here at Cyber Trading University, you probably see more and more people talk about it. We call them iceberg orders, okay? An iceberg order is a big block order. How I got the name iceberg order, it was after watching the movie The Titanic. Very sad movie. I don't know if you guys had seen it. You probably all know about it. But they were so concerned about the beautiful ship and the beautiful plates and the beautiful everything. Little did they know, to be successful, to get, regardless how beautiful you have, because you see people got these beautiful platforms and these beautiful computers and they still can't make money. Well, they forgot to get not the beautiful this, they forgot to get the right tools. And you know what happens when you hit an iceberg? You don't look what's on top of the water, you gotta look what's on the bottom of the water. And they didn't look at the bottom. They were more concerned about the top. Guy was sitting in the front. If he had the radar, he probably would have known that. And those people, would probably be alive today. So, in Canada, can we get this? JP, absolutely you can. And you're going to have to wait. All right. So I get defensive when I hear this. People always tell me, oh, I heard about these are fake orders and so on. Okay, listen. There's no such thing of fake orders other than fake news. All right. Or fake people out there. There's a lot of fake stuff. You can't put an order out there because the exchanges won't let you. Could you tell me a brokerage firm that will let you put fake orders? Why don't you call your brokerage firm and say, hey, I want to learn how to put fake orders out there. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? You want to put a fake order? Work on demo mode. All right. But those orders are real hardcore numbers. Now, can somebody cancel or change their mind? Absolutely. Doesn't mean it's fake. Does not mean it's fake. So, how do we know if orders get executed? Time and sales window. Look at this stock right here, CDC. You had a big iceberg order here. You got 300, 5,000, 100, 900. You got a nice 26,000 share seller out there, 4,400 shares right here. And then sure enough, look at all those transactions. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Green, 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 green. The guy got executed. Somebody actually went out there, or several people went out there, started buying it from them. And that would explain why the stock went from 12 to 1380. So for all you people that thinking, oh, it's resistance level. How the hell does stock break a resistance level? Because maybe it wasn't the resistance. It was the seller who made the resistance that made the stock go higher. It's as simple as that. Now, have you guys ever heard of level 4? We just talked about level 3. Wait till we talk about level 4. No, never. Okay. I have now, Renzo says. Okay. So, listen. What I said earlier, and some of you are just logging in late right now. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been preaching this for 25 years. How do I know this? Because I was trained by the best traders on Wall Street. This is what market makers do. Okay? Market makers are traders. They're traders for the brokerage firms. Brokerage firms make most of their money in their trading department. You know the most powerful brokerage firm is in the industry? Does anybody know? Who do you think is the most powerful brokerage firm? Let me see if you guys know this. Exactly, Jeff. Blessing, right. Everyone. Goldman Sachs is the most powerful brokerage firm. Let me ask you a dumb question. How do you think they make their money? How do you think? Is it accounting? Is it brokerage? People have accounts with them? Well, how do you think? It's trading. Exactly. 70% of their income comes from their trading desk. Okay? Let me tell you how smart these people are. You ever heard of Hurricane Sandy here in New York? Remember that big hurricane that we had here? While everybody's worrying about getting generators and saving and helping their staff, Goldman Sachs built a 12-foot sand wall around their building because they knew every brokerage firm was going to be shut down. And guess what? They're going to have control and they're going to be trading while everyone's out of business. They're not stupid. All right? You might not like them, but you got to respect them. And I think that's the problem with today's world. A lot of us people, take personally and think bad of everyone, but you got to respect them once in a while. You understand? Like, they're obviously doing something right, and you probably want a little piece of that. So I've learned how to deal with it. I don't take things personal anymore because when I do, I'm going to lose. Who gets hurt? You don't want to get hurt. You hear what's happening today with, David versus Goliath, because that's the new big thing that we're preaching. It's the little guy going after the big guy. And you know what? The big guy been ripping you guys off. And now all of a sudden, they're starting to say, hey, you can't do that. Why are they shorting stocks, right? Like, why do they short a stock? Why are they betting that you're going to lose, that this company is worthless? You know how many companies they destroy? How many companies have you went out there and lost money on? Little did you know that the brokerage firm was betting for the stock to go down, because you could do that, right? But now the little guy went out there and basically did that, beat them. I don't want to talk about politics, okay? I don't know if you're a Republican, Democrat, or independent, but I got to say one thing that I have to respect what Bernie Sanders did. When he first came out, right? Remember all these politicians, the way they get their donations is from the big guys, Wall Street, all these big companies. And here's somebody said, I'm not taking it. I'm just going to deal with the $10 donation. You know what they said to him? Good luck. Like, yeah, right. Okay. So listen, if you believe what he has to talk about, whatever, but you got to respect him for what he did. He went out there and he got all the little people, and people says, you know what? I'm sick and tired of these politicians being, dealt with the big guy. I'm going to send him my $10. Well, those same people are the people that are on Reddit. Not whatever they believe in him, whatever it is. I'm just saying in the trading industry, it's the little guy that says, you know what? If we all work together, we could beat Wall Street. It's not right. Like what they said about GameStop. They said, I like GameStop. But there's these big kahunas out there. They're bashing and they're destroying the company, put it out of business. So that is basically what you're seeing, what's happening right now. And guess what? The more you see what's happening today, the more it's going to expose why you have to take matters in your own hands. I'll give you an example. American Airlines. Here you have another stock that went out there, and it was, like I said, this is a company I traded this morning. I made a lot of money on it, but look at the time. Okay, I want to show you this. You see here, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock this morning. You see all these orders right here, the red. You see this is called a heat map. Okay, these orders is what's called program trading. You had all these block orders. Now you see these green balls. Those green balls mean transactions are actually taking place on the offer. So the guy was getting sold. He was selling shares. He was actually getting executed. So remember what I just showed you? What makes a resistance level is sellers. Well, think of this as a chart. but this is not a chart. This is an actual program. Level 4. So you have these sellers and they get executed. Look, green, 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 green. The guy got executed. The seller was out there for about 30 minutes. Big, big block order. That was probably, that was probably about 500,000 shares. The guy got executed. Guess what? No one else was left. And then if there was no more sellers, that's why the stock from 7:30 this morning to 8 o'clock went from $20 all the way to 30. You think about that for a second. How many of you would love to be in a stock within 30 minutes and make $10? Buy 1,000 shares of that, $10,000? Where are you going to make that in 30 minutes? Unless you're a drug dealer. Okay. All right. So I want to zoom in a little bit closer. Now, do you notice that once we got around $30 a share, look at these bars and look right here. Let me see if I can make this. It's one thing I hate about this Zoom. They have the worst colors. Okay. Right here. Yes, I hate that. It's a bad one. All right. So right here, you see it right there? This big seller right here? 338,000 shares. And you see how the arrow, you see how it's like now it's like half and half? That means that stock goes all the way to here. And then if you notice, they keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. And that's why the stock kept going down, 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 down. Now, let me zoom in a little bit closer. Hold on. See that 300,000 share seller? You see how all these orders are out there? You see, you got level 3 on the right, but you got level 4 on the left. So this is showing you consistently how long they've been out there and how many shares. The problem what I showed you before is I'm only showing you one book. Level 4 is aggregating several other books out there. So there are other companies like the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, EDGX, what else is out there? EDGA. There's a bunch of them out there. Cincinnati Exchange. So now you're seeing more books with more orders out there. Okay. Where do you see the number of 300,000? Right here. I don't know if you can see it. See it right there? Is that pointing it out? See that guy right there? That's 300,000. And he's been out there this whole time. You got it? Okay. Now, you notice how the stock stopped right here? Let me clear this out. See how it stopped right there? Why did it stop right there? Because of this guy right here. He's looking to sell 241,000. Okay. So listen, you got 600 share sellers, 3,000, 20,000. Whose side you want to watch? I want to watch the 200,000 share guy seller, not the 600 share seller. You understand? I'm not done. Because I really hope that you guys are realizing this, how blind the rest of the world has been this whole time. Okay. So once again, 7:30, stock goes all the way from $20 up to 30. And by the way, they did this with GameStop. They did this with AMC. I'm showing you AOL because this was a little bit easier to kind of show you. This is a little bit more, a better perspective of seeing it on a morning chart. But you could see it was just building that wall, and that wall was built by sellers. All right. Let's look at, I think, which one's this one? This is the wrong one. Okay, let's look at AMC. Okay, AMC was another one. AMC had a huge run, right? And then all of a sudden, you'll see how the stock just kept going down, 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 down. And then all of a sudden, right here, this guy right here had 500,000 shares. 500,000. Look how bright red that is. Stock went down, tested them, didn't want to break it, came back down. Now you had a 280,000 share seller right here at 11. Okay. So think about it. 11 is support, 12 is resistance. Now, my question to you is this: how do stocks break this support? How is a stock going to get past these buyers and sellers? How do you know those numbers represent buyers and sellers? How do I know? Because you're going to see them on the bidding and see them on the act mark, and I'm going to show you that in my trading room. Well, let me clear this out, and let me show you. A little better of perspective, right? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer. You got the 11 and you got the 12, right? 12 is a hell of a resistance levels, all right? What'd I do here? Oh. Okay. That's where it was. Okay. So anyway, where am I? Let me bring it up now. Hold on. AMC. We're looking at AMC right here. Do you see AMC? Look what happened to the stock. Right here. Oops. This thing's killing me. Hold on. I'm sorry about this, guys. All right. So if you look right here, that was 12 and that was 11. Now, when I bring up level 4, right here, see when it broke the guy at 11, it got past the guy at 11. Actually, stock got halted so many times right here. But you can see it gets more difficult when you start zooming in and out. But you can see here that we were looking right around this time, right around here. But once it broke that 11, the stock dropped all the way down to 6. The guy got executed. And the guy gets executed, somebody executes him, boom, the thing went down to 6. So the thing is, when you got buyers and sellers, you got to know where they are. You got to know where the buyers and sellers are, and you got to know if they get executed. Because if you don't, that's how you're going to get in trouble. Can I look at naked? Yeah, I can look at naked. Naked. I got to load up the data here. So naked. Hold on, let me bring it up here. So naked, you could see how it had $3, had support at $1.50, resistance at 3. So naked was actually pretty easy. You could see it here a little bit better. Let me zoom out. Oops, hold on, I gotta fix something here. NAKD, and I gotta look at it a little bit further. Let me look up 6 hours. I gotta get more data. So it's got to load up. But what you're looking at is now you're seeing the consistency of how long these people have been out there. So you got to remember, how much better and smarter trading decisions would you make if you just knew where the orders are? Okay? You have to learn how to follow the money. All right? It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. We're almost done here. We're almost got this all this data. It's trying to calculate all the data from what happened for the day. So zooming out, you could see that right around here, he was out there. You see this guy right here? There's a 500,000 share seller. You see that little red line? He's the guy that was holding it down at $3. All right, right there. And there was another big seller right here that was at $350 for $250,000. You had a couple of buyers out here that were at about $1.50, and that's why it's kind of holding there. They're not out there anymore. It looks like this guy got executed, but it's not as easy as the one that we were looking at when we were looking at AOL. This was the naked trade actually right there when the stock broke out at 3. That guy got done. All right. So what's the column title? Mark, we can't talk about that right now. The bottom line is this, Mark. You want to know a little bit more about that? You want to know exactly how to play the game? Well, this is where we're going to end it. All right. Because we're pretty much coming to the end. Think about where you came from before you came, when you logged in here. What were you expecting? What were you expecting? How would you even think you even had a possibility of a chance to compete against Wall Street if you're not even using their tools? All right. So listen, trading, you're probably confused, but it's just a game. That's all it is. And the way you become very good at a game is you first have to surround yourself with good traders. That's what you look, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that I could teach how to trade so you could help me find these iceberg orders, because as a good trader, you got to be part of a team and we got to trade together. So I'm not here to sell you the next best thing of sliced bread, the next indicator. I'm not here to do any of that. What I'm really looking for is somebody like you that I could invite in my trading room and we could show you how to play the game, making sure it's for you. And then hopefully we could all make money together. See, our job here at CyberTrading University, we don't teach you how to make money. We teach you how to stop losing it. Everybody out there wants to learn how to make money. When's the last time somebody told you someone's going to teach you how to stop losing it? Never. Because they're not real traders. They might look good on a YouTube video or some Snapchat or some nice fancy car or some guy, bragging about the Wolf of Wall Street, rah, 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 look how much money I made. That's not what we do here. We don't have an ego. We're here to we're looking for traders. We could trade, teach you guys how to do it, and we could play the game. Now, all I ask is that you learn, if you want to play the game, by the way, if you have any questions, please email me. You got my email address. I'll email you back. We'll go out there and do it. But let me just kind of explain something to you. Forget about these stories you hear about these kids. Oh, kid made $50,000. Someone made, $1 million. Trust me, that doesn't happen in reality. Some of you be happy just to make $500. You know what $500 is? That's $100,000 a year salary. Okay? Don't worry, you're going to hit home runs. Days like what we had this past week. But let's be realistic. Could you afford to lose $7,000 in a brokerage account? Some of you probably don't even have that in your account. So don't believe all the smoke and mirrors, what everyone else is saying. Let's just focus on making a day's pay. All right. So that's really what I want to cover. Now, listen, every single one of you here, just to warn you, you got to learn from more than one mentor. You're going to have to spend some money on training. Listen, nobody works for free. If you're somebody that's a professional YouTube taker and a free webinar taker, you're wasting your time. Okay. It's like, oh, I'm going to go see how that guy, runs the deli. And then I'm going to open my own deli. Yeah. Let me know how that works out for you. All right. Once you go work for the guy, see how it is. You might not be good at it. Right. How many of you guys own a business? And somebody's asking you all these questions like, what, you sound like you really want to do this. Let me hire you. Oh, no, I want to do my own. They're like, oh, really? Okay, you go do that and you let me know how it works out. Listen, you got to have a mentor. You got to have a good program. And the only way you're going to know that is by coming to events like this and listen to the people and see what they have to say. But most importantly, listen to the traders in the room, because if they could teach them how to make money, then they could teach you how to make money. All right. So I love these pictures because trading is a great job. Between COVID, you could spend more time with your family. You could do things that you always wanted to do in trading. You could enjoy life. You don't have to, kill yourself to do this. And also, just to recommend it to everyone else, if you are going to do business with anybody, make sure they're endorsed by brokerage firms. Okay, I'm not here to bash anybody, but I know a lot of you here think there's a lot of BS that's being sold out there, and maybe you bought training and found out the hard way when the company got shut down by the FTC because you didn't know. Listen, don't worry about what you read on the internet. Brokerage firms will never endorse somebody if they thought they were teaching was not working. Believe me, these companies want your business. If you're a client, you making money, that means you'll be a client theirs forever. You think a brokerage firm wants to have somebody teach somebody that teaches them how to lose money and blow up their accounts? I don't think so. So, by the way, we're endorsed by, we're the longest running school in the industry, and we're endorsed by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. Now, this is what I'm asking for all of you. I want to invite you all to come to my trading room. Okay. And the thing is this, I don't want you to judge us on our winners. Okay. I want you to judge us on our losers. And I want you to judge us how we get out of them and how they could have been big losses. I don't care about the winners. You think I go on my, you think I care about going bragging every time and telling my wife how much money I made today? But she doesn't want to hear that. You know what I mean? She sure doesn't want to hear me losing money. She knows I make money, and you want to know you make money, and you know you want to do this. But if you want to learn how to do it right, let us show you if it's for you or not. I started the first trading room in the industry. I was one of the very first who started the first schools in the industry. I've been doing this for 25 years. Okay. I got a 5-star rating on Google. I got a AAA rating on the Better Business Bureau. I'm endorsed by more brokerage firms. That alone should let you know, shit, this guy knows what he's talking about. There are several schools out now that are in the industry that are actually my students. Okay. When I'm done teaching you, you're going to be able to teach your grandkids, your family, your friends, maybe even start your own school. Because then, you know, I'm going to open up a whole new can of worms and be like, my God, why is everybody going out there and dealing with these brokers? I could do it myself. Actually, I'm going to tell my neighbor how to do it because he just blew up his account trading, you know, one of these stocks. So anyway, this is what I'm asking for. I'm asking for a $9 application fee. The link is up there right now. Why am I asking for $9? Honestly, I need to know who you are. I don't know. We just don't invite anybody in our trading room. What you're going to get for $9 is this. You're going to get access to our trading room for a week. You're going to get 3 daily market meetings. You're going to get your own personal education advisor that you could talk to. You're going to be able to get weekly Q&A sessions. You're going to get a crash course on day trading, and you're going to get over hundreds of hours of our recordings, all for a lousy $9. And if you're not happy, after a week, I'll give you $9 back. Honestly, I don't really need your $9. I'm looking for people that want to make $250,000 a year. And if you can't afford $9, then obviously I'm not the right fit for you. When you fill out this application, it's going to ask you some questions. I need to know, my staff needs to know a little bit about you. Who's your brokerage firm? Who are you dealing with? A lot of you have the wrong brokerage account. We want to make sure that we're the right fit for you. How much money you have in an account? One of you guys are asking me, how much do I need? You don't need a lot of money to do this. Okay. You don't need a very little money to do. You need a little bit more than a little money to do this. But and also, like some of you saying, what about Forex, whatever? You know what? Let me ask you a question. Henry, how long have you been trading Forex? Okay. Are you making the 6 figures doing it? Because if you're not, listen, if you're not figuring out after 30 days, you probably should be quit trading what you're doing. And that goes for options and futures. Oh, but people say you got to be careful of day trading. You got to be careful of cryptocurrency. Well, who really trained you? Who really trained you? Now, I'm going to throw this bonus in right now. You guys ready? For the first 20 people that register right now, I will personally give you a coaching class. I will personally interview you and tell you if trading is for you or not. Why would I do that? Well, I'll tell you why. I'm the boss. I run the room. I don't need any hecklers. I don't need somebody that's going to blow up their account. I'm going to tell you point blank if it's for you or not. So I'm looking for people that I can make money with. And if you think that you have it in you and you like what you're seeing and you like what you heard about level 3 and level 4, then go out there, register right now, get into the trading room, and we'll talk about it. Because what's the worst thing that could happen? You finally learn something? You know what I mean? What do you have to lose? You're seeing all these people bragging and talking about all this money that's going on. And there you are sitting there twiddling your thumbs. not knowing you have to have the right tools to do it, don't waste any time. Get out there, make an investment, and start trading. Oh, I had a question here earlier. Somebody was asking me about options. Okay. Listen, the whole reason how this market are running up is because people are trying to cover option calls. They had these option calls out there. They didn't have the stock and inventory, and that's why they're buying the stocks, and that's why the stocks are running up, because you got to remember, it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. You got to keep that in mind. All right. Yeah, just click on that link right there. $9. I'm going to teach you level 3, level 4. You're going to have access to our trading room. It's going on live right now. You got everything looking great. All right. Any other questions? Once again, guys, don't go anywhere, because when I'm done, we're going to play a video of me on NASDAQ showing you, because NASDAQ themselves are saying, listen, please, could you tell the street, the people, the private investors like you, could you go out there and you could just tell them this is what you need? It's their software. It's their execution. They want you to use what they want you to trade on. You have a seat on the exchange, and they want you to use it, not using some stupid Robinhood that they're shutting you down, not knowing what the hell's going on. Okay? Not that they're a bad company. I think they really kind of drew a new population of new traders in. But I think now you're starting to realize, what am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing that they're not telling me? Here's your opportunity and chance to do it. Jadish, great question. Once I join, how much to mentor trading? Don't worry about that right now. Don't worry about that right now. That's the least of your problems. Okay? That's the least of your problems. If it cost $9 or $10,000, if I could show you how to make a 6-figure salary, people go to college, $70,000 a year. I mean, come on. Seriously. Dishing $250,000 going to school. They don't even got a job yet. Here's your opportunity. You could learn getting a job in trading for $9. You don't want to take it? So that's your decision. All right. Yeah, Josh. Okay, Rich, we got about 5 more spots. Listen, there's a couple hundred people in here. If you want to know more about day trading, you want to learn more about swing trading, you want to learn how to invest, you want to know what's the good and bad about options, come in our trading room, talk to our advisors, get an appointment with me if there's any left. If not, you'll get with somebody. And let me show you people that were trading this all day. Because let me tell you something. You guys, you see them talking about GameStop and AMC. We were trading this 2 weeks ago before anybody even knew about it. Okay? And I'll show you how we find them. And I'm not talking about, and there's nothing illegal out here. It's right on the platform. We're going to show you how to find them, how they move, and everything else. All right. All right, guys. So I already paid. I registered a few weeks ago, but I did not have a chance to attend the university. Well, Ronnie, this is what you do. If you've already paid, and listen, just rebook it again. Pay the extra $9, and then hopefully now, listen, I get people that say it all the time, like, I wish I learned and I bought it, but I wasn't ready. Listen, you don't got to start immediately. Just when you register, tell your education advisor your start date. I preferably like you to start immediately, but maybe you want to start on Monday, whatever's best for you. But listen, after all the crap that's going on right now, don't procrastinate. Get it over with right now. Get in there, learn if it's for you, know the real truth about it, and go spread the wealth. It's time to take back Wall Street, to go back to Main Street. That's the way I look at it. Okay. All right, guys, listen, I got to go. I want to get ready for the afternoon meeting, afternoon trading, because there's a shitload of stocks that are moving right now. I want to get back with my traders in the room. I'll be trading with them up until 4 o'clock till the market closes. You guys have the opportunity to get in there. Please fill out the questionnaire very, very clearly. It's one of the ways how we judge you being qualified to trade or not. Listen, please don't take it in a bad way. You'd rather me tell you if trading's not for you or not. Okay. How you fill in that questionnaire is very, very important. This is not like you're going to be in a room with 4,000 traders. Okay. A lot of these people that do this do not qualify. You want to be with people that are serious traders. So also be very careful of these other people that you see on the internet. All right. But you should try them. You should try them. Do like what you're doing right now. Buy like a $9 trial. Get in the room. See the facts. And also, don't judge us. Judge the other traders. See how they do. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to play that video while you guys are registering. And like I said, you got my email. If you have any problems, feel free. I answer all my emails. And in the meantime, we'll be in the trading room. Let's have some fun. Because guess what? This is not over. This is just the beginning. And guess what? There might be something else. The last one was Bitcoin. Before that was the solar stocks. Before that was COVID. Now you're having Reddit against, Wall Street. Guess what? There's going to be something else. Could be China. Could be a hurricane. Could be Biden signing a new executive order that will rechange certain things. Could be anything. The good thing is you work for yourself. You could do it yourself. You can capitalize on yourself. And you got the right mentor to do it. See you all in the trading room. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to play this video, and I look forward to seeing you all. And if you don't register, guys, I won't take it personal. You're probably not ready yet. Maybe in the future, whatever it is. But don't worry about it. We'll still be here when you're ready. Happy trading, everyone, and be safe.
Welcome to NASDAQ Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at NASDAQ. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Fausto Pugliese. He's the founder and president of Cybertrading University. We're going to take a look at how traders are using Total View. And Fausto, it could not be a better time to have you in with us at Marketplace, because with everything going on, the volatility